Nora, I just got a new home buyer and they are full of questions. For example, what kind of money are they going to need and for what?
Well, they're going to need money for down payment. They're going to need money for closing. But first of all, they are going to need money for earnest money, which is the deposit, once their offer is accepted. Okay? Then after that, if you're going to ask for an option period, they need to have that money too. They need to have the money for inspection and the money for appraisal. And all this stuff needs to be already in their bank account.
Oh. For how long?
It needs to be there for at least 60 days.
Why is that?
Because it needs to be 60 days in the bank. Like if it's not cash, if it is not a gift, money can be gifted, and that we can go ahead and wait on. But I'm also going to ask for the bank statement. You know, as a loan officer, I ask the buyers, and whoever the loan officer is going to be, they're going to ask for that money to be in the bank for 60 days. It's a seasoning period that is required.
A seasoning period that is required. I didn't know that.
People think that, okay, well, I have the money in the cochinito, right? That we have the money, the cash money. No, put it in the bank, people.
Put it in the bank.
It needs to be there for 60 days.
60 days in the bank. Okay, so another question that they have is, how do they know that they're qualified for a loan, and what is the difference between qualified and pre-approved?
Pre-qualified is essentially, you know, as a loan officer is going to ask the questions, you know, what's your name? We're going to believe that they don't have a middle name. That's usually what they forget, okay? And I always ask, if I'm doing the loan application, I always ask, give me your name as it appears on your social security card, because usually that's the name that is going to appear on the credit report, and that is the name that is going to match with the IRS, because all this stuff gets verified. So I get the name, I get the social security number, and then I get bank statements. You need to know that they are good for the money. I'm not going to send you, Carmen, to go spend, have you seen the gas? To go look for houses if your client is not pre-approved. Pre-qualified is me believing that everything they said is correct, and then I find out they don't have a penny cut in half at the bank. That's hard news.
That is hard news.
Something else, and sometimes people feel interrogated by their loan officer, but if they're not being interrogated enough, time to get another loan officer. You need to know, are they married? Are they legally or not legally? Common law, yes. If they have been on Facebook, this is my wife, especially if they have had kids, they're married, because more than likely they're filing together.
Oh, and in Texas, that's a big thing.
That is a big thing. So if we're married and we have kids, guess what? You buy a house, and that's my house too. So they need
even
to
if they're apart.
If there's proof that they were married, they are entitled to your house when you buy one.
Entitled to the house. Well, seems like first-time home buyers have a lot to look forward to. But if they have a good realtor and they have a good loan originator, this process can be made pretty easy once everything is verified.
Absolutely. Yeah, so if they're not scared of answering questions, you know, that are going to help them at the end, it doesn't matter if they're not ready right now. I've got people that I've talked to them for 2 years, and they're finally ready. They finally put their cash money, you know, out of the freezer, put them in the bank account, and they finally got legally divorced. And, you know, I mean, they got all their ducks in a row in order to be able to buy.
So and they got their money out of the cochinito?
They got the cochinito broken, and the money is in the bank. Absolutely. So, yes, they need to make sure that they sit down, they put a plan into action. You know, they need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
And you need a good partner. You know, you need a good loan officer. You need a good plan. Make sure that they know everything beforehand before they go out and try to buy a house.
Exactly. So they don't get their hopes up and then get crashed down.
Absolutely.
Right.
In the down below, you're going to find our information, and you can go ahead and reach out to us. Okay, my name is Nora Leal.
My name is Carmen Ortiz. I'm with Real Broker.
And I'm Nora Leal with Southwest Funding.